Please stand by for further details. We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Hello to those of you who are feeling called to this reading in particular. Welcome to your mystery reading. The first thing that we're going to do is shuffle out a card from the Prismavisions Tarot to get the context or the general energy of your reading. If you'd like to be a part of the community that I'm trying to create, subscribe and hit that notification bell. And if you're interested, you can also find me on TikTok. The links to that will be in the description. And before I get you your first card, remember that this is a general reading that could be meant for more than one person. So if you're struggling to find meaning in a message, that's okay. Just let it go, because it might just be meant for someone else. And if it truly was meant for you, the universe and your spirit guides will make that obvious to you, either sometime during this reading or sometime during your journey. So the card that I have for you, wow, is the 10 of Wands. The message of relax couldn't be any more clear or significant. I have been feeling more relaxed recording videos today, and I feel that that is happening for a reason, not only for me but also for whoever is watching this. So yeah, definitely be encouraged to relax more. A card just dropped on the floor and it scared the cat, which I think is interesting because in the previous reading, cat energy was significant because the way that the cat looked at me. Spooked the cat. Something so mysterious that not even a cat would be willing to be curious about it. I don't know how that could be significant, but I am seeing 222, and the card that fell on the floor was no. No. You need to say no to someone or something that is encouraging you to carry more weight than you deserve to carry. I think setting boundaries is very, very important right now. Using your voice, learning to protect yourself, to stand up for yourself, to be honest about how you feel. There's something here about finding the courage to lead in truth, to be honest with yourself, so that way you can be honest with another person or with those around you or with the world, the universe, nature, Mother Earth, Gaia. That was just a string of thoughts that came through. There is Sagittarius and some planet on this card. In the last reading, I got fixated on the moon, which I want to say that could be a significant planet for you, but I guess the moon is not a planet. I don't know, that's what I heard. I just saw 333. There's just something here about healing and growing and evolving. 345. That energy is here for a reason. Tornadoes could be significant for someone symbolically or literally. For me, symbolically, they represent beautiful destruction. They're really hard to not look at, but it's also terrifying. Maybe that's the kind of situation that you're being called to embrace. Something that is hard to look away from, but is terrifying. That's interesting because what came in about the cat, something so mysterious. There's a lot of fear here around the unknown, 432, and there's a lot of fear here for a reason. I think you need to look deeper at what fears are rational and what fears aren't. I just saw 444 because I really think that that's essential to building a more stable and secure foundation, because fear is normal. That's just a human thing. You're going to experience fear in life, so you might as well get comfortable with that idea. But you don't have to, I also feel called to say that you don't have to feel as anxious as you do. A certain level of anxiety is normal, but there can be too much anxiety to the point that it's compromising and it's not protecting you anymore in the way that it should be. With the number 10, I'm feeling very strongly that the universe and your spirit guides want to connect with you. Pay attention to any signs, messages, synchronicities, numbers, repeating numbers, themes, colors. Pay attention. I'm seeing the Notice the Signs card from my Ancestor Spirit Oracle deck, which I think is interesting because I was about to tell you that specifically your ancestors are coming through and wanting to help you learn they want to help you give yourself a fair chance to learn how to build something stable and secure for yourself that will allow you to expand and have more out of life that you really deserve. Next, I'm going to move on to this deck that I got from a box of cards that I have. These are just cards that I made, and I'm going to get a couple of these to look a little deeper into this. One of them just fell on the floor. Okay, this is interesting. This is a perfect question. How could you work on healing right now? Where are you struggling to say no? Who are you struggling to say no to? Or what are you struggling to say no to? Why are you afraid to say no to this person or to your job or to anything? Why are you afraid to say no and to choose yourself? Because if you're telling yourself that it's a bad thing to do to be selfish, that's not true. Just as anything in life, there's the good and the bad. I felt the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm going to stick with the good and the bad. There's light and dark to everything. Selfishness on its own is neutral, but it can be dark and it can be light. When it's light, that's about choosing yourself to do the right thing. And when it's in the dark, that's about choosing yourself to have more. It comes from a place of greed. I think that's all I'm gonna say about that. I don't know what else to get from that. But definitely you're really being called to take a deep look at your fears, the thoughts that are creating imaginary limits. I just heard something. I'm thinking of Toy Story. I don't know if it's in Toy Story though. But reach for the sky or something like that. It's something that Buzz says, I think, where he's in. I don't know. Just if it's significant, it's significant. But definitely the sky is the limit, and I think that healing is really, really going to open up a lot of opportunities for you, not because you're attracting them to you, but because you're allowing yourself to see them and not letting fear hold you back. There's something about like a great opportunity here to really embrace your courage and your strength. I just got a low battery notification on my phone, but you definitely need to rest. You could feel like you're on low battery. Like, you need to focus on sifting out things in your life, letting go of things that are not healthy for you. And you don't have to let go of everything at once. You don't have to let go of everything that doesn't serve you at once. You just have to be working on it and just doing your best. Because whether you're doing your best or not, the universe will know. We have allowance. So this instantly made me think of money. Maybe you could be depending on someone with an allowance, and you're being called to be more independent financially, especially so you can So that way it will be easier for you to stand up for things that you believe are the right things, or is the good thing to do, or I don't know, I'm struggling to express myself. I saw 1010 though. You may be struggling to express yourself too, and so the universe and your spirit guides want you to communicate with them more, want you to communicate with yourself more, so that way you can learn how to communicate with others and to communicate with the world on a bigger scale. This is about how you show up in the world and being more mindful of that and really understanding the gravity of your own impact and what you're actually capable of. With allowance, that also came through as allowing yourself, I want to say to see the limit, but that's not what I'm saying. I saw 111 though, so trust yourself. But allowing yourself to see your true strength and what you're actually capable of. The universe wants you to take risks, but it wants you to take the right risks. You know what I'm saying? So 1, 2, 3. Trust that everything happens for a reason. With that message coming through, maybe, yeah, you're already a courageous person and you just need to use that courage for your well-being and the well-being of others, rather than, making sure that you can get a certain thing. Or to put it bluntly, like being greedy. We all can be greedy, okay? We come into this world greedy, but some of us never get the chance to it's hard to describe, like, I don't know, maybe it's because I've never raised kids before, but like, I don't know, it kind of just left my mind, so I'm going to assume that happened for a reason. I did just see 1222, so you're definitely being called here to just be yourself and to trust that it's going to pay off. There's some fears here that you really need to work on. You don't have to make any rash decisions or anything like that. Move at your pace. Just allow yourself to move forward, to let go of whatever weight is dragging you down and holding you back, not only in this physical reality, but mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. I also feel called to say that letting go starts from within. So to truly let go of someone or something that just isn't good for you, you have to let go of that first, mentally and emotionally. You need to be able to say, I'm okay to be without this person, this job. Because you are okay. Maybe this is a good time to appreciate the little things. Maybe you don't have a lot and you just need to focus more on what you do have. So that way, focusing on what you don't have doesn't make it harder for you to get out of a challenging situation. The universe wants you to focus more on gratitude because that's what's going to get you out of your situation. Because mentally and emotionally, that weight can be heavy. Very heavy. That fear, that sadness can be heavy. And you need to allow yourself to work through that, to process that. Because I just felt something here about, like, trauma to the point that you feel numb. Like you could just sit in a room just staring into nothing. Like there's just maybe something within you that's simmering that you need to nip in the bud, if that's the saying. I saw 432, so trust that everything happens for a reason. There's something mentally and emotionally that you need to address before it gets out of hand. Something here that you need to accept that you don't have control over, or you are going to have less control over your reality. 4, 5, 6. So definitely definitely trust that everything happens for a reason. I feel like the universe and your spirit guides really, really just don't want you to take the challenges in your life personally, because they're trying to show you something with those challenges. And it's going to be about you and your strength and the more human side of you and your purpose. I saw 1515. That's a very, very strong, that's devil energy. That's like a very strong attachment to, I got distracted because for somebody, African ancestors, I heard African descent, those could be coming through for someone. In general, I get the strong energy of going back to the basics and your ancestors wanting to help you learn how to be more stable and secure mentally and emotionally, so that way you can have a more stable and secure reality. Whatever dreams or wishes you want to make happen, that's going to start from within. Before you can overcome any blockages in this physical reality, you first need to overcome those blockages within yourself. To wrap up this reading, I'm going to get a slip of paper from this baggie here. It's just, I collected these from fortune cookies from my favorite fast food restaurant. So it says, by the way, the colors blue and red could be significant for someone very significant. Be prepared to accept a wondrous opportunity in the days ahead. Very interesting, because this came out in the other reading. I don't know if I didn't shake up that bag enough or what, but either way, I do believe that everything happens for a reason, and that I got this one for a reason. I saw 654 as well, so definitely gonna trust that I got it again for a reason. But yeah, and like, I know it says a wondrous opportunity, but it's gonna be many, many, many opportunities. You just need to allow yourself to change your perspective and to heal, to find deeper meaning and purpose in the challenges that you went through, and with just the challenging side of life in general. There could definitely be some deep beliefs here that you are changing or transforming about life and death and who you are and what you're meant to do. Very, very deep things, which makes sense because healing. But that will be the end of your reading. I hope that it was helpful or relevant in some way. If you'd like to hit the like button to show me that is the best way to support me. And if you'd like to offer even more support, you can do so by donating through the thanks button directly below the video. Absolutely not obligated, but always very much appreciated. Feel free to leave a comment down below if you have any. I'd really, really love to connect with you more. And thank you so much to those of you who have shown your support thus far. It really means a lot to me, and it definitely does make a difference. And the last thing that I want to say is thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you around.